not a amen, a yes. Tarrying because every individual is different.
Right.
Huh? Tarrying is really not so much always that God is waiting on you, but it's what he, amen, or rather you waiting on God,
right.
but sometimes he waiting on you to get yourself together.
Exactly.
Tarrying consists of you preparing yourself,
right.
making yourself ready for the Lord's endowment. Huh? You know, there's a lot of things that, amen, that just can't take place without preparation.
That's right.
There's a lot of things that should happen until it's prepared for it. Hello, somebody.
That's right.
You know, bless his name. There's just some things that just ain't be. It takes being prepared for something in order for it to work just right for you. Amen. Amen. So you understand Jesus, amen, went, amen, to Calvary, amen, but before Calvary, amen, they talked about the day of Passover. And so they had the Passover, amen, the Passover feast. And so the Passover was with the lamb blood sprinkled upon the doorpost, and they ate the Passover lamb, ate the lamb's meat. And here Jesus was to keep the Passover with his disciples. In the midst of this Passover, amen, they had, amen, after that they had ate and supped, and then you find out Jesus began to go in about his body and his blood and began to take what we call today sacrament. Mm-hmm. Amen. And so then, after a while, amen, they began, amen, Jesus took the bread and he broke it, and you all know the story. He passed it around, told them to eat, eat. Is that brother, amen, Pastor Fleming there? God bless you, brother. How you doing there? Good to see you there. Me and him got ordained together. Give him a hand. He started his church and his ministry. Amen. Glad to have you here with us. Amen. So, amen, they began to, amen, break bread, and then Jesus passed it around. You know, they passed it around. All the disciples had their hands on the bread that was getting passed around.
Right.
Oh, hello. I don't want to touch that. I don't want to touch it. They tell us we're taking communion. Right. And because Jesus is not mentioned, it's going to be sanctified.
Amen.
I ain't saying nothing.
That's right.
And they took one cup and they sipped it, and then they began to pass around one cup, and they all began to drink out of one cup. Huh? That same cup. They walked it off. And, you know, whatever, you know, they drank out of one cup. Huh? Because they were all sharing in one blood.
That's right.
But nevertheless, her Jesus, amen, apparently towards the middle of the week, they had the Passover. And then when they went from the Passover, amen, immediately that late on the evening, they went to the, amen, where Jesus would normally pray in the Garden of Gethsemane. And then Judas had came because he had already left to go and betray Jesus with 30 pieces of silver. Here he is, he returned it, amen. They did arrested Jesus, and amen. Jesus had already told them to go buy a sword, and man, but he didn't really tell them to use it. But then they turned around, and Peter took that sword and cut the man's ear off. And Jesus told them, put up your sword.
That's right.
For everyone that take the sword shall die by the sword.
That's right.
Amen. The saints, we don't need to carry no guns, because what you carry, you end up dying by it.
All right. All right.
You think you're protecting yourself, but really those death weapons bring death upon you.
That's right. Amen. Oh, yes.
So you say, amen, you carry the sword, you die by it. Amen. Amen. I haven't had to carry a gun. I ain't had to worry about nobody shooting at me. I ain't had to worry about nobody, amen, pulling guns on me since I've been saved. But when I carried a gun, I had many guns on me. I had many guns in my head when I used to carry guns. But since I ain't had to carry no gun, I ain't had to worry about no more guns up on me. Oh, hello, somebody.
Amen.
If you stop carrying a gun, you won't have to worry about being afraid of a gun.
That's
true.
true.
For another day.
That's true.
Here Jesus lets us know about the promise of his Father. After Jesus, amen, had went to the cross, and amen, and was crucified on the cross, and they pierced him in the side. They had to take him down off the cross before the Sabbath day had came. Because if the Sabbath day came, they would have to leave these bodies up on the cross. So they hurried up and got Jesus down off the cross. Amen. And then, amen, Jesus was born, amen, put in Joseph, amen, borrowed tomb. And there for 3 days. And so you find out after that, amen, Jesus had been upon, amen, the earth had been 40 days after the resurrection.
All right.
And
amen.
so, amen, here in that same sense concerning the Passover, amen, was the physical, amen, or rather the sample of Jesus' death, burial, and his resurrection. And so the fulfillment of Passover was when he shed his blood, amen, when he gave his body upon the cross, and then he had to send into the heart of the earth to preach to the spirits in prison.
Amen.
And then, amen, then being resurrected was the justification that the price had been paid, the blood had been paid for man.
All right. Amen.
Amen. So from that day, amen, starts 50 days.
Right.
Hello, somebody.
That's right.
40 days upon the earth, amen, Jesus after his resurrection, and then from the time he told them to enter into the, amen, the upper room, it became 10 days.
10 days.
Hello, somebody.
Amen. 10 days.
Here they entered in not knowing that it would take 10 days. But it was not, amen, specifically that it had to be 10 days. When they got there, amen, Jesus told his disciples to go there. When they had went there, amen, they had went there, but it not said that everybody went there at the same time.
All
but
right.
we know that the conclusion of the full matter was 120 saints that had entered into this upper room.
Amen.
Hello, somebody.
Amen.
But they had all entered there, and they began to tarry and wait. And as they were waiting on the Lord, amen, to do them with power, amen, that sometimes when you get in a place of learning how to wait and put things down, amen, it's a great cleansing of yourself.
Yes.
Sometimes folks need to get up, amen, get by themselves to get rid of themselves. Sometimes you got too much of you to have enough God in you.
All right now.
First thing Jesus said, deny yourself and pick up your cross, and then you shall be able to follow me.
That's
Sometimes
right.
it's hard to follow Jesus when you got all you in the way.
Right.
Too much your attitude gets in the way. So I ain't gonna take that. You will for Jesus if you're supposed to be a Christ. Oh, I ain't gonna put up with this. And I ain't gonna, you telling yourself what you ain't gonna do. But when you a disciple of Christ, you gotta take everything the Lord allows to come upon your way. The Lord will put upon us what we can and what we're able to bear. Hello, somebody. It was ordained for Jesus to go pray the death of the cross, and he was found obedient unto death, even the death of the cross. He found himself obedient unto it.
That's right.
Oh, praise the name of the
That's
Lord.
right.
Let's go
Amen.
on over to St. John 14 and 16.
And I will pray the Father,
I will pray the Father.
and he shall give you another comforter,
Uh-huh.
that he may abide with you forever.
That he may abide with you only just till tomorrow.
Forever.
Huh?
Forever.
He gonna last just 1 week.
Forever.
He gonna hang out with you for 1 month.
Forever.
He gonna be with you for just 1 year.
Forever.
He gonna just be there until you get a cigarette urge.
Forever. Go ahead.
Till the one with the short skirt catch your eye.
All right, preacher.
It said forever.
Forever.
Oh, bless his name.
All right.
When
Amen.
you get there, when the Holy Ghost is there, he gonna be with you through the thick and the thin.
Right.
He gonna